on to all my Libras out there. So how y'all doing? All right, so let's get into this reading. Let's get into this reading. So you have the Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Justice, which is Libra, Two of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, Temperance, Three of Wands, the Empress, and you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the Five of Cups, regret potentially of not being with you. The King of Pentacles, the Justice, you Libras are moving forward. Now they know what it's like to grieve. Now they know what it's like to not have you in their lives. And they're realizing that it's not, you know what I mean? They're realizing that it's not so good, that it's not so beneficiary or beneficial for you Libras to not necessarily be in their life. They would rather have you in their lives because someone from the past that you stopped being with, realizing that they were better off with you in their lives. The Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, all right, represents how you've created a boundary, and this was something that from the past they couldn't necessarily respect. So like I said, you had to stop hanging out with them. The Queen of Pentacles represents the person, it represents the person that we were talking about in question that didn't respect it. So guess what it is that you Libras had to do? You Libras had to leave. The Magician and the Temperance represents for you, it was not a problem. I ain't gonna say it wasn't a problem, but it wasn't a problem for you as it was for them, because they started to see just how much of a problem it was, because you were the one that brought in the favor into their life. It's just that now they're just now starting to come around and realize it. So if you just got yourselves out of a relationship and you wanted to know what exactly was going on with an ex, this is exactly what was going on with an ex, or what is going on with an ex. They're missing the fact that you're around because they really want you to be around because you brought so much favor to them, you know, so much beauty, attraction, good luck, you know, you helped motivate them, right, potentially to get a job, get some, you know, finances, stuff like this, when they were in a relationship with you. Now that you're gone, they pretty much allowed their laziness to overtake them, and that's where the problem is, because now they don't necessarily know where they're going to go with this, like at all. You know what I'm saying? So the Magician and the Temperance represents you're looking out for yourself. You're enjoying your own life. You're taking responsibility for yourself. You're not worried. You're not too preoccupied or worried with what this person's got going on or what other people got going on at all. Okay. The Three of Wands does have to, the Three of Wands though, I will say this though, if you're trying to get to know anybody right now, this person, Three of Wands, this person may be hanging out with other people. So you may want to actually question them, get to know if they're hanging out with other people, so you can know what exactly is going on, so that you just don't end up doing the same thing or repeating the same mistakes that you did with the person from the not so distant past. And then you have the Empress. Now the Empress also represents Libra. So you have two cards that both represent Libra showing up. So what does this mean? So what this means is that, again, energy stamped onto this reading right here. The Magician represents you taking responsibility for your own existence, because the Magician, that's what the Magician does. The Magician is a person who, understands or has some form of understanding of all of the worlds. So it's a person who takes responsibility for themselves and understand that, how they're going to end up having fun is ultimately and living the life that they want is from taking responsibility. It's something that they have to do on their own, and that it's not something that can be wished onto them. It's something that they're going to have to actually get proactive about. So the temperance now represents, and you may have started to realize this after the not so past significant other, right? Or the potential significant other. So in other words, after the relationship, after I ain't gonna say it, the relationship, after you were trying to get to know this person long term and things didn't necessarily work out, that's when you realized that. That's when you figured it out that, once you attract the person, what you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to essentially do a good job by, getting them to keep coming around. How you do that is simple. Just ask them what it is that they like, find out, and try to do some of the things. Obviously not all, but try to do some of the things that they say that they like. And after that, what will happen is that they will keep coming around, because people will tell you how to keep them. People will tell you what will have them go away. People will tell you that, right? Especially if they're being honest, right? And especially if they are inclined to tell the truth, they will tell you what attracts them, what keeps them, and what gets them to leave, right? What scares them away or what gets them to leave, right? So the temperance represents looking at this and paying attention to it and just, getting to know this person by getting to know, do they have someone new? This is something that they don't really have to lie about. If you think that they're lying, then obviously don't hang around them. Continue to go on about your business and continue to get to know other people. But if you ask them and they say, yeah, because that's not something that most people would lie about, right? But if they say no, that's still a good job too. Just get to know them still, regardless of whether they say yes or no. The Three of Wands also represents the Three of Wands, the Empress. Again, they want to get to know you as well. So don't be afraid to share. Another thing too, sometimes people will have a problem with oversharing, right? People have a problem with, I just overshare. If I say this or whatever the case may be, then I end up sharing a little bit too much. Don't worry about all that, because at the end of the day, nobody can really hurt you unless, no one can really do anything to you unless you allow them to do that. And how it is that you do that? By participating in that type of stuff, which obviously the objective is to not do. So the temperance, I will say this though, the Empress though does represent, and if things don't necessarily go your way, if things don't necessarily go your way as you're trying to get to know these people, you should understand that you don't have to hang around them and get to know them. The Seven of Cups represents you still have a lot of options anyway. So you shouldn't even have to worry about that type of stuff. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. Let's clarify that. The Justice, the Nine of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. You still have somebody who's going to lie and fake that. Even though you ask them if they have somebody, they're going to lie and be like, nah, they don't have anybody. I don't know what it is that you're talking about. That's probably that's probably what it is that they deserve then, because that's what it is that they probably get for lying. Now, if they they don't lie, okay, then, which more than likely they will, so I'll go ahead and say they will. So you'll also be able to spot it. You'll also be able to spot the lie, because you're going to see, oh, okay, this person's lying to me. You know, you don't like that. You don't like that. So what will happen? What will happen is, or either that, or they'll tell the truth about not seeing anybody, but they'll try to make it seem like, you know, there's somebody else. They're, you know, different archetype. There's somebody else, and you know, they're fly, stuff like this, and they're just fly and they're slick and this, and it's like, for you, it's up to you to kind of encourage them to be themselves. You know what I mean? You know, as you're talking to them, of course. And if you're able to see those nuances. Let's clarify the Empress. Let's clarify the Empress. So to clarify, shuffle up these cards here. To clarify the Empress, we have the Fool, the Devil, Seven of Cups, which we already have in this reading, and the Queen of Cups. So the Fool is the Fool, the Devil. You'll see one of the problems that they'll have is they will try to rush you into a relationship super quickly, or they'll try to, oh, now it's clear they trying to get something, and they're trying to get you Libras to get caught up in the honeymoon phase very quickly and just give them something, right? Give them what it is that they want. And it's not working. Okay, it's not working. You know what type of time they're on. So the Fool and the Devil now represents you seeing that, and you're like, some of you, I will say this, some of you may let them have what they want because you think that you're getting something out of it too. Some of you will be like, nah, trying to see what they're willing to do for it. I don't suggest you Libras do any of that because you don't want to put yourself out there in that way. So you may just, so some of you Libras, I see a lot of you Libras just giving them a hard time, but not saying that you see this about them, but not letting them have anything either. Then you have the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups represents you still having options, just like the others. Seven of Cups in this reading, you still have options. It's just that the Queen of Cups represents, you know, they just think, excuse me, they just think that they slick. And the Queen of Cups represents, you know, they're just making it seem like, you know, they get lucky or whatever. They could have just told you the truth. You know, they ain't even have to do all of that. But overall, you Libras are still pretty much having fun in the dating pool. Still dating. You know, as of right now, still haven't found anybody that's keeping it 100. A lot of liars. A lot of you Libras don't necessarily like that. And a lot of people not knowing how to get at you in a way where they want. So, because a lot of you Libras are smarter than what it is that people think you are. So, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe, share the video. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June 2023. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos. If you'd like to contact me for any of my services, the link to my website, the link to my Instagram page, and the link to my book on Amazon are all in the comment section below. Check out those links. Thank you. Peace.